Hey everybody, and welcome to round one of the 2017 European Open from Nokia, Finland. You got Sexy Beast commentary coming back to you, myself, Nate Sexton, and Paul Macbeth. And I got a hot tip that this is one of your favorite courses in the entire world.
Yeah, it is. I just love the variety of having to throw every shot that we have. So it's a challenge for all of us.
Definitely. We got a nice feature card here. You got Sexy Beast and the Crush Boys, fan voted, so we got to thank our fans there. Paul didn't need any votes because he's the defending champion, but you know he would have been there either way.
Yeah, all right. So we got hole one here, 302 feet or 92 meters. It's a slight turn to the left. It's a kind of a touchy shot, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And technically it's a triple Mando, but it really doesn't come into your head too much. The gate is so close and so big.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any other shot besides what this mandatory gives us. So.
Yep. Simon with a mid-range. Just about perfect.
Yeah, exactly. You want it to finish hard left like that. There's a few trees down there at the end that you got to miss, but even if you hit them, you're in the circle.
Yeah.
But you can see he split it in about 25 feet out there on the left side.
Yeah. I'm going with the R-Pro Dart here. Had some good success in the President's Cup with this disc. But this one wasn't my best shot.
No, I've only seen that rock hit once before.
Yeah, well now you can count it twice. And yeah, it was a pretty terrible shot. Actually kind of a good little skip off the rock.
Yeah, right in the middle. So you still got a little upshot, but it should be pretty open.
Yeah.
I'm third on the box here. I got a McPro Rock 3, pretty new. I'm just trying to have it just finish left at the end, but put a little bit too much on it. Just aired it over the green.
So close though. Just a foot lower and that'll catch.
Exactly, yeah. Just a little less on the height, and I think that's right where I want it.
And better long than short, really. So you'll have some kind of putt from there.
Yeah. Then Eagle with the Glow MD3. He's got about 4 of them in his bag.
Ooh, he got the lucky window.
Both sets of trees.
And he's got the closest drive.
Wow. New route.
Yeah, well, you actually see people hit that fairly often because you kind of want to throw hyzer. You go a little early with it.
Just a nice.
I was happy with this because those last trees, I couldn't really pick my gap too easily from where I was. So nice to just get it close.
Right here, I'm right on the line. I got a pretty good window. Just
inside or outside circle?
I think it was just outside.
Okay.
But yeah, just if that's a little higher, it'll catch.
Yeah, I agree.
Good birdie from Simon.
Yeah, Simon with a pretty easy cleanup. Always feels good to start a round at a major tournament with a birdie.
Yeah, exactly. Especially this first hole. I'm yet to get it with President's Cup and the first round.
Yep.
So I just need to get that in the circle.
Eagle makes good.
Yep. Both of the Crush Boys.
Yeah.
Getting that birdie start.
And Paul and I with some tap outs for a little bit disappointing threes, but like he said, a touchy hole, so a little bit harder, I think, than it appears.
Yeah, first hole of the tournament. Par's not bad.
No. 1 under for the Crush Boys, and on to hole 2. Hole 2 at the Beast, kind of our first taste of the out of bounds that we're going to see quite a lot of on the rest of this course.
Yeah, exactly. There's OB on the left, OB on the right, OB long, all over. And this is a pretty fun hole. It's got a lot of different routes now. You can go forehand, you can go roller, you can go turnover, you can even go hyzer now.
Yeah, there's kind of speaking of, there's kind of a crazy hyzer window here over the construction, but there's one man who's never seen a crazy route he didn't like.
Yeah, this is it's pretty open right at the beginning, but wow, he cut down a lot of tree there.
Oh man, look at this roll. Obviously we did not know anything about that.
No.
I thought it was going to be really close, and it was even closer than I thought.
Yeah, that was OB for quite a while, but he's right there outside the circle looking at a clean birdie look.
Yep. Eagle going forehand, a little heavy on the hyzer.
Yeah, let's see.
And this is skipping towards out of bounds, but it's all right.
Yeah, right next to Simon right there. And then, did you kind of judge your shot off of that?
It reminded me not to do that mistake, to go with it. Reminded me to get it out a little bit wider.
Okay.
But my plan is always to go out a little bit wider, and yeah, this one obviously worked just perfect.
Yeah, because you put that right there. So there's a pretty easy birdie.
Yeah, give me a bullseye.
Here, I've switched up my shot. I used to go forehand just like you guys, but now I got a Roadrunner in my bag just for a roller.
Yeah, and it's been, from the practice rounds I've seen you throw it, it's really been working well. And this is another one, I mean, a little bit hot, but would that hit the very corner of the fence?
No, it hit the back fence right there.
Oh, yeah, I see.
But yeah, it's giving me a birdie look. Little tough one. I'm trying to go around that bush.
Probably 40-footer.
Yeah,
Oh,
spin back.
Spin it right back. That is looking good.
Yeah, after the first straddle miss, I knew I had to make a little adjustment here, so got it there this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went with the roller now. It's worked out. I birdied it 3 times in a row, so sticking to it.
Simon from just outside the circle also hits.
It's a good start.
Definitely.
Eagle from...
An eagle as well, just like 6 inches outside the circle.
Yeah, he's basically the same spot as Simon. He nails it as well.
Yeah, some sweet putts. 3 outside the circle putts and 1 bullseye, so we can walk away with a star frame here.
That's a really good star frame.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I've ever been on a card that's star framed this hole.
I can't think that I have. I mean, you've played here more than I, so. But yeah, that's super good.
Yeah. Being 1 under through those first 2 is pretty much where you want to be.
Yeah, if you can't be 2 under.
Yeah, 2 under. That's a dream of mine.
Yeah, one of these days. Okay. Hole 3, par 5, the only par 5 of the day.
Yep.
This has got a lot of out of bounds. You can see on the left and the street on the right. It gets actually even more narrow as you come up towards the green, and then the basket finishes left up on this little bit of a berm.
Yeah, it's only 863 feet, which is a pretty short par 5 for us.
Absolutely.
But like you said, a lot of OB. It's got a tricky tee shot. You can either go outside wide, like Simon is right here, or you can go up the middle, or you can even go right side gap. And,
yeah. I just think the green is as protected as any green.
Yeah.
There's really no good windows to get in there.
That low ceiling, and then you have that big berm up there, so
yeah,
it's tricky. And then
Eagle with the super flippy FD.
Yeah, putting an OB, knowing it's going to come back in. And
it's a pretty good play.
Yeah, it comes in quite a bit. And then you have a unconventional route here.
Yeah, I try to throw a flex forehand here. I'm throwing a destroyer, a little bit more overstable one, and that's just a little bit too high.
Yeah, you kind of got it. You didn't turn it over as much as you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Inbounds, I guess.
Didn't quite get it, but it's inbounds and it's a couple hundred feet up there.
Yeah.
So
I have a kind of an understable destroyer here. I just slipped on the pad and really missed my line, and that was actually a really fortunate kick there.
Yeah, it looked like it could have gone OB, but luckily got you down and really pretty wide open, just a really long way.
Yeah, just trying to throw it far but keep it in bounds. So I have a
pretty perfect shot right there.
Yeah, there's not much more I could ask for from that position. So I might still have a look at bird, but I'm safe. That's all I can.
I decided to play kind of a layup here. Didn't really have an opportunity to do much more, and actually was kind of flirting with the out of bounds line. So lucky to get back in.
And then Simon, I saw him pull this one right. I was surprised.
He's thinking about trying to go for some kind of eagle there. Just rip it way up there, get a skip or something. Who knows?
Yeah, because he got a big kick off that tree, and it kicked to a pretty good spot, though.
Yeah, definitely.
And
this was a cool shot, I thought. When it came out of his hand, I thought, oh, he flipped it too much, but it must be, it's eagle, so that's probably a pretty seriously overstable disc.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's pretty much the same spot as Simon again.
Yeah.
And I knew you were going to throw this shot.
Yeah, I got to go forehand roller because this ceiling is so low, and I really didn't feel like I had much chance at a birdie, so I'm just kind of trying to play a smart shot, get the easy par, because with it being on that berm, it's pretty hard to attack.
Yeah, I will say I thought I was going to see a Thunderbird, though.
I thought about it, but I didn't want to go too far.
Yeah. So I just threw a T-bird 3 here, trying to get that low ceiling, but it was just a little bit too flat.
It was pretty good, though. I mean, you got yourself a birdie putt,
Yeah, I do have about a 50-footer.
which is pretty amazing considering your drive went about 50 feet.
You go with a good layup there, probably about 20 feet. And Simon trying to put it a little bit closer than that,
Yeah, and he does.
just outside the bullseye. So you got about a 70-footer here.
Yeah, and I kind of tried to run it, but, I don't know. I mean, couldn't really. So
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
that-
sort of dreaming.
OB behind it's pretty close, and then I thought I had this one.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah,
I
really
got a
close.
lot of chance.
Really close.
A lot of chance. I thought I was gonna get a really good birdie there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as you were putting it. Like, oh man, he's still gonna birdie it. Even after that drive, he's still gonna get a birdie. That's pretty cool.
You go with just basically his tap in.
Yeah,
Right
Simon
now.
and Eagle really played this hole well. Just getting that big hyzer. Just put it in play and then get a big hyzer, and you've pretty much done what you need to do.
Yeah, Simon, the easy tap out for birdie, and then us again tapping out for par. Looks familiar.
Yeah, it does. Gonna have to change that.
So 2 birdies, 2 pars, no bogeys. So no out of bounds through those 2 holes, which is
That is good.
pretty good.
That hole can really bite you if you try for too much.
So Eagle and Simon at 3 under, Nate and I at 1 under.
Okay, hole 4 is one of the more technical holes on the course. Par 4, 509 feet. You got to throw kind of a right finishing shot off the tee. It could be a turnover, could be a roller, could be a forehand. You need to get into a good landing zone to where you have an angle to go at this green.
Yeah, this is the wooded hole stretch. This is kind of the fun stretch. I think it's like the kind of a birdie alley here for me. But yeah, I think we'll see all types of shots here. Simon with a really good forehand.
Yeah, he threw that great. This
But-
part was not as great.
No. That's really just the bunch of trees you have to miss right there. Once you hit the gap, you just don't want to end up in those trees.
Yeah.
And here's that FD. We're going to see this just get a lot of work, I feel like, this tournament.
Yeah, it's amazing how that kick was crazy.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how flat he throws that thing, or even hyzer, and it must be so flippy.
I'm curious if it'll make it through the tournament with how much he throws it.
I think he doesn't. I think he just wants it to keep getting flippier.
So what disc do you have here?
I'm going Champion Orc, and it is flying. It's just getting a little old. I kind of wish I would have brought another one to Europe, because I really like that disc, but it stood up on me a little bit too much there.
Is that you asking some fans to bring one?
It's going to be hard for them to find one. I throw kind of a rare vintage. But yeah, don't worry. You don't need to bring me one. I'll be okay.
Here's that Roadrunner again. This is another hole I've kind of switched my shot up on. Going with the roller on 2 and 4 now.
Yeah.
I just think it's easier to hit that line now with that really understable Roadrunner.
I mean, you're in a great spot up there.
Yeah, I was curious how it got so high, but I guess it hit the base of the tree and jumped up there.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say it's some thick grass up there.
It'd be pretty hard to get OB, I think. It would. Something weird would have to happen.
Yeah.
I actually thought I had a pretty good chance at this shot. Throwing this kind of turning, same disc, that Orc again. And again, it would just surprise me a little bit with how flippy it was.
Yeah, it just never tried to come out of that angle. And Simon, I think this is a PD2. I think it's a European Open one.
Okay. This
So-
is a fantastic shot. Especially for a guy who, isn't really priding himself as a forehand thrower. I mean, he is a
Yeah.
great forehand thrower, clearly. But that was a good, touchy little shot.
Yeah, I have a FD3. I have a pretty open gap. I just have to miss that white tree at the bottom and kind of sawed it off a little early. But I knew if I missed that tree, I'd be in the circle somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Eagle just cleaning up after that forehand roller, and oh shoot.
Wow.
He's caught a tree that he probably really regrets that shot, because that wasn't that tough.
No, not at all. And then he's just choosing to lay up here and take his bogey.
Yeah.
Bogey 5.
Yeah, every shot he threw there kind of just hit a tree. Something weird happened on all of them.
Yeah. I was up on the hill. Oh, you can see me back there, but I thought you hit that.
It was close. I could just kind of see the flag, just trying to put it up the hill and give it a chance. It was a little forehand shot.
Man, this is for birdie.
Sweet.
You can see I kind of stopped my follow through, but still snuck it in.
Yeah.
Had some low branches there.
Tricky putt, but in the circle and downhill. you can count on Paul to make that. And Simon with a pretty easy one, wide open. Really a well-played hole from him.
Yeah.
Two really nice controlled forehands.
4 for 4.
Yeah, pretty amazing start. I
Yeah,
think
it
I
is.
heard him say that's the best he's ever started.
Yeah, that's a really good start. So we got 1 birdie, 1 bogey. No, 2
Two
birdies.
birdies,
Yeah,
yeah.
I birdied this one.
Yeah, tough bogey from Eagle, but he's still on a great pace at 2 down. Hole 5 is a downhill 100-meter par 3. It's got a really, really predominant slope down to the left. I feel like that's the hardest part about this hole is that if you turn it over a little bit with the backhand, it'll roll, and the forehand can also skip up and then roll.
Yeah, it's a really tough angled hole because you can't really get a hyzer to match that
No.
green, so anything hits on a roll type angle. So.
Yep, you need a little bit of love to just stay where it hits.
Yeah, and Simon just pulled this one right pretty early,
Yeah.
but he got most of the way down the fairway, so
Pretty easy layup from there.
yeah. I got a beat up rock 3 here, trying to throw a hyzer flip, and I just actually didn't throw it.
Yeah.
Kind of just let the disc pull over and.
Forgot the hyzer part.
Yeah, exactly. Just threw it flat and let the disc turn over instead of hyzer flipping it, but layup zone.
Yep. I'm trying to throw a low Firebird here and hit about 40 feet short of the pin and get a skip. I liked it pretty well, but the low part was lacking. If it was just like 3 or 4 feet lower, that's a
Yeah,
pretty good shot.
It was a really good angle out of your hand, just a little too high. And then Eagle, I think, has got the same kind of shot, just more of a flex
Yeah.
with that FD3.
Yeah, and that's good because it'll keep the nose down, help him
Yep.
stay lower. But
Oh,
terrible reaction
nice
off the
tree.
tree.
And a roll.
And that's what this hole does, is roll you down towards that path.
So, not really any looks at birdie, but with that tough green.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to run at it anyways.
Yeah, I bet you are. Little bit of a slide out, but not too bad.
No, about 20, just outside of 20 feet right there.
Kind of got me feeling inspired, feeling like I ought to take a run at this. And I actually put a pretty good bid on it, but slid me outside the circle, so was a little bit too aggressive perhaps.
Yeah, it doesn't show the green too well here, but it's got a good slope if you see all these discs sliding down that hill.
Yeah.
Eagle gave it a run as well. We missed Simon. He laid it up right there. See his disc next to the basket.
Did not quite finish my follow through on that putt. I thought it was about to roll 100 feet away, so I was glad to see it flop over
Yeah, same here.
because it looked like it wanted to go all the way down.
It did a little dance at the end.
A good save from Eagle. You can see Simon's disc there under the basket.
Yeah. And then this is right into the sun. But I knew I just had to putt at that big white ball.
Yeah. Nice save.
Yeah, that putt felt good for par.
Yeah. Me for bogey.
Surprisingly, no birdies on this hole.
Yeah, for sure. And a bogey to, one over for the group. Pretty crazy. But, none of us got off the tee clean, and you have to do that. So I'm back to even. Simon's still 4 down. Paul and Eagle at 2 down. Hole 6 is a very difficult par 3. Super, super straight with an uphill finish. You really don't have many options. You just have to absolutely pipe it and slide up that hill. Get over this stump that we're coming up to now in the air, and you should slide right to the green.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots to throw. It's just that straight tunnel, and like you said, that stump. That's what I aim at every time. If I know I'm gonna hit that or just barely miss it, it was a good shot.
Yep.
Just too much hyzer for Simon right here.
Yep.
And if you hit a tree there, it's not an easy upshot. You have a lot of
No, especially if you
obstacles still.
kick off the fairway a little bit more.
Yeah. So I'm throwing a T-bird 3 right here, just trying to keep it low. Slipped on my drive, but I was still able to keep it low and let the speed of the disc take it up the hill.
And that's kind of how you make a slip look cool. You like kind of drop to a knee just for a second, a little bit of a bow, and then slide it up to park.
Yeah, I've had years of practice there.
Yeah.
Then Eagle with the FD.
Just a little heavy on the hyzer, and he got a little bit of bad kick.
A little tricky upshot from there.
I'm going with that orc again, remembering this time that it's flippy, putting a little extra hyzer. But it's just a little too high. That a little lower, and that's perfect, because it's
Yeah.
going to flip up and just ride straight.
Wow, big roll backwards.
Yeah, rolling around, but I have a fine angle from there.
Simon, looks like he's going to jump at this. Wow, he had a good window there.
Yeah,
Right off the pole.
I had like a slight anhyzer look, but just probably at the limit of what my spin putt can reach, so it was going to be pretty amazing if I could put enough power behind it to go in.
Whoa, that went straight up.
Yeah, that was a funny shot.
Still got the par.
Almost a bullseye here, huh?
Yeah, just outside the bullseye.
It's a great drive.
Thank you. I like getting that hole.
Definitely, me too. I feel like it's a good hole for me. I just got to get the shot a little lower, a little more direct.
1 birdie, 3 pars. That's just
It's pretty average for that
Yeah.
hole. Because it's, like we said, you really have no room for error. All right, hole 7. I would say this is probably the most technical par 4, even more than hole 4.
yeah. It's only 551 feet, but it plays a lot longer than that because you have that tight tunnel fairway. That tee shot.
It's uphill.
Yeah, and it's uphill, and it's hard to get a disc to go straight that long and still have control over it. So,
Yeah.
very technical one. I got a destroyer here, kind of beat in. Try to put on that hyzer line and then let it finish flat.
Yeah.
Threw it a little high here, but as long as I get out that first gap, I know I'll have a second shot.
Yeah.
Scaring the crowd a little bit.
And we haven't even mentioned the scary green. I mean, the green has pretty much a cliff.
Yes, it does, and no matter where you are, you're gonna be facing that cliff.
Yeah.
Simon looks like he's got a PD here, but he just held on to that.
Yeah, he really had a grip lock there and hit, honestly, about the first tree you could possibly hit.
Yeah. And Eagle's got a S-line PD here. I know Eagle's whole bag, so I can probably run through it as we go along.
Great pick for commentary, I gotta say.
I've seen him do his in the bag about 5-6 times.
Oh yeah, on your
last
Finland
3
tour,
weeks.
yeah, totally.
But yeah, that's about ideal.
Yeah, it was a really good shot.
Champ Thunderbird here.
And that's about exactly what I want too. I'm pretty happy with that. Up and out, and just into the grassy spot where you can make something happen.
Yeah, I used to throw a Thunderbird a lot on this hole, but I feel like for me, I just have to trust the height too much.
Simon trying to kill some innocent
Yeah.
fins here with a really powerful roller. But he hit that lamppost.
That's what that was. I was like, that's a skinny tree.
Yeah. And now he's throwing a sidearm driver, and he actually laced this, but like we said, that cliff green is not friendly to a sidearm
No.
driver.
Oh, it's even possible to get to that water if there weren't so many boats.
Yeah.
Here you got your dart.
Yeah, this is kind of a shot I've been working on, a new shot for me. Hyzer to flip dart.
I will say I'm surprised you didn't go the outside gap.
I just looked luckier to me. Like, it looked like there was more chance of, like, if I didn't get the power exactly right, I could just hit a tree and be stopped dead.
Gotcha.
And I felt like if I executed that shot, there was no luck.
Yeah, because I'm going outside here. I just let that hill.
But like
He'll
that
pull my
tree,
disc down.
yeah, and you missed the tree perfectly, but a bit of a bad roll.
Yeah,
But there's a
that-
couple trees on that outside line that I was just having trouble deciding, like, how far exactly is a good shot.
Gotcha. Yeah, because Eagle was looking at both lines and decided to go with this putter
Yeah,
shot, which is
skipping
really
forever.
good. Yeah, he hit right where he wanted, but it's such a fast green.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Simon from way down.
Simon's probably 60 to 70 feet, but seriously uphill.
He gave it a really good run.
Yeah, that's about as far as a human can putt. Going up, I think.
Just inside the circle here.
Oh, just to the right side.
I thought I airballed it, so I was glad I caught some change and slowed that down.
It's not a good time to airball, not going that way. Eagle high in the chains, but he sticks it.
He's got that fresh haircut, doesn't he?
Absolutely. He's never looked better.
You too. Nice haircut. And a good putt.
They go together sometimes, I think. Yeah, the three of us, everyone but Simon, as you can obviously tell by his shaggy appearance, everyone but Simon went together to get haircuts before this round.
Tapping in a par here. Not too happy about it because I was in the circle putting for birdie, but it's one of those holes that par's still a good score.
Yeah, absolutely. If you do, there's so many trees, I feel like. Once you execute the perfect drive, you're still not looking at like a easy shot.
Exactly. 2 birdies, that's good. 1 bogey, unfortunately, but for where he was, 5's good.
Okay, hole 8. Tunnel shot again, uphill. It's a short hole, but you almost want to say it's an easy hole, but really it's not an easy hole.
No, it used to be a gimme birdie.
When you use the shorter tee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now with that extra tee, brings 3 more trees into play. And then on that hill, it's kind of a speed control. If you get over that hill, it can keep going.
Yeah. I feel like, the gap feels small. Eagle's going here mid-range.
Yep, MD3.
And he threw it perfect.
Yeah, there was no wind here.
Yeah.
I think all week practicing, it was a really windy hole, so we were kind of hitting trees a lot and trying to figure out what disc to throw, but
yeah,
no wind. It's a mid-range hole. You got to make a 3 here.
Just a little too much hyzer.
Yeah. Looks like you still might have a little look at it, though.
Yeah, but I hit the gap, but I missed the line pretty bad.
I got a McPro Rock 3 here, just a straight disc. I just have to put it on line with the basket, and it did just that.
Perfect.
And that's Simon with it. This is an overstable mid-range. I don't know what it is, but he's been throwing it a bit.
I think it's an MD4.
Okay. He really missed his line there.
He's trying for up the middle with Anheuser?
It looks like it. With that overstable mid, that has to be what he's going for.
Okay, I could see that. Keep him away from the branches of that tree. My caddy told me to lay this up, and I said, no. This is the European Open. I need birdies.
You almost got it right off the bottom of the cage there.
I did almost get it.
Little.
I think I can't blame the caddy. He was Victor. My caddy was thinking about hole 5 when I took the bogey running it on the similar hill.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't give up. 1 bogey's not going to scare me off.
Yeah. So we missed Simon's layup there, but he just went up real quick and tossed it under the basket.
And some perfect shots from Paul and Eagle for easy birdies. Yeah, Simon threw that upshot really fast. I think he was a little bit frustrated, so he can't really blame the cameraman there because he didn't give him any time. Okay, hole 9. The site of Paul's ace from a couple years back.
Yeah, 103 meters, 338 feet. This one's kind of it's got 2 lanes. You got the forehand wide around, or you got the inside backhand route. And this hole kind of, if you have enough power on the forehand, it just seems to filter down to the basket every time.
Yeah, the downhill, as long as you don't clip any tree, I mean, the downhill is pushing you right towards the basket. There is actually OB right of the basket, although it would be pretty hard to reach with the forehand shot.
It'd have to have a pretty bad roll. And
Eagle just leans one up on the basket.
Yeah, and that makes for easy birdies there. Let's
that was awesome.
track of this.
Yeah, absolutely. You can count on that skip every time with a fast driver. Perfect shot.
Yeah, just leaning it right on the stand. So I'm just stepping up to this one, just knowing I just want to follow that route. a little softer than normal, but I know it's still going to filter down there a bit
Yeah.
and get a little roll just outside the circle, but wide open basket.
yeah.
Can't ask
Flat ground putt.
Can't ask for an easier looking look at birdie.
I'm going with a little bit newer X-Cal here. Trying to, again, do the exact same thing as Eagle.
It's really just that one white tree you have to miss.
Yep. And you can go around it and it still works.
Yeah.
Just can't actually hit it.
Yep. So that's, what is that, about 18 feet?
Something like that. And Simon, just a bit low. If it's any higher, it might clear that hill and get some decent skips.
Okay, so it hit that thing. I was going to say it should have kept going a little bit more, but he hit whatever that is and stopped. Yeah, he's got about a super long look. Just lays it up.
Yep.
I'm sitting about 38 feet, I'd say, just outside the circle. But yeah, with that open field, there's always some kind of wind, but today it was dead calm.
And you take advantage. Perfect putt.
Yeah, that felt good. After you two parked it, I knew I had to give it a
you don't
run.
want to walk away with par.
Snuck that one right over.
That's how I like to do it.
Eagle with a little tester, huh?
Yeah.
Simon tapping out par.
Simon with that, I just got the only par slow walk. An Eagle with an easy birdie, waves to the fans.
3 birdies, so 2 scores at 5 under, a 3 under and 2 under. So the group's doing pretty well.
Yeah, overall, everyone's doing pretty well. For the front 9, I mean, not many bogeys.
No, the metrics. 2 outside the circle putts for myself.
All you guys hit one on hole 2, and then you
Yeah.
just hit another one just there.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty nice putting. I think the inside the circle numbers would also be pretty good for everybody.
Yeah, but your bullseyes.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some bullseyes, but not off the tee, unfortunately, except the one. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Disc golf fans all over the world, hopefully. We will catch you guys for the back 9 of this round. See the back 9 of this amazing beast course.